and then I'll go on. So welcome everybody. This is really great. So we've got Leonie, who's over near Clinton, um, and you've been an ENJOpreneur for just over a year, right, Leonie?
No, not even. I got my first ENJO stuff about a year ago. But I didn't start sharing about it until about August.
Wow. So how have you found it being an ENJOpreneur?
It's been so much fun. I was always kind of skeptic, I guess, of like the multi-level marketing companies, and it's been so different from anything I expected. And I do believe that we are quite different. Hi Yvonne, I see you there.
Hi Leonie, how are you?
We're just getting started here, Yvonne.
That's good.
And I see Dee as well. Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry, just wanting to say hi to everyone.
Yeah, that's great.
It's been so awesome. It really, I always thought that it was very like build a team and do this and do that, but all I'm doing is sharing the word with people, and that's all I want to be doing. If people want to join my team, they are always happy to, but this is not what the company focuses on. We really just want to get Canada clean well, and that's really what our team leaders emphasize on too. So it's been so easy to just kind of join in, and I find a lot of when we have team meetings, yes, they're team meetings, but they're almost like self-work meetings. I feel like I don't always work a lot on my ENJO business. It's more like, what do I want to accomplish in my life and with my things, and what do I want to get better at? And yes, it can go towards your ENJO, but it can go towards anything in life. So it's so diverse, and it's just so easy to share with people. So I love it.
Thanks, Leonie. That's really great to actually hear from another ENJOpreneur. We feel the same way, the ENJOpreneurs that are on here. So, okay, well, I will just let you take it away, and I will mute everybody as we go. So go ahead, Leonie, go ahead.
Good, awesome. So I'm going to talk about the kitchen zone today and everything that you would find in my kitchen, what I use to clean. So of course, the very first thing that I would start with is the actual kitchen zone. So that's this little pack right here. There is there's 5 items. You get 2 of the all-purpose cloth. So the all-purpose cloth basically replaces your dishcloth. It is just used, you can do your dishes with this. You don't need any soap, and that's quite imitating when I say that, and we'll get into a little bit that after I go through all of the other things. I'm just gonna switch my screen here too, Lori. I'm getting a little bit distracted seeing everyone's faces. I love seeing everyone, but let me see. Sorry, ladies. There we go. Okay, so the all-purpose cloth, that's what it's used for, really to clean your dishes. If you have a dirty counter that you want to clean very quickly, the all-purpose cloth is a great quick cleaner upper, and really picks up those messes. And then you will always go over it with your ENJO fill afterwards, over your counters. All of our zones have an ENJO fill, which is a drying cloth. It comes in a nice square size. And we just like to fold it up so that it's cut into thirds like this. And that way you get lots of surfaces to actually dry with, because you can keep flipping them and get different surfaces to dry with. So there's a lot of surfaces that you can dry. So those are the 2 main things that I probably use the very most in my kitchen. About once a week, or if I have a very dirty countertop because I've just baked or there's a lot of oil from cooking or something like that, I'll actually pull out my duo glove. There's 2 sides to this. The one side's a little bit darker because it has the black stripes, and the other one is a dark green still too. With any of our ENJO fibers, the darker the color, the harder it works, the more grease it will pick up. So if it's just a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter, I will use this side, and it will pick up all of your kind of crumbs or any little cauliflower pieces, stuff like that. It will pick it all up, and it makes it stick to the fiber, because that's what ENJO does. ENJO picks up dirt and makes it stick to the fiber because we're using cold water. All of our ENJO is always used with cold water, including the kitchen zone. So just get your glove wet about 1/3 of the way. You can roll it up, squeeze it out. We don't wring it. Wringing over time will actually ruin your fibers. We just squeeze it, get all that excess water out. Your hand fits in there very ergonomically, and then just go over your countertop in circular motions. We don't press too hard with these fibers. If you press too hard, you're actually compressing them, and they can't do the work. All these little fibers in here are very tiny little human hairs that work like little power brushes, and if we're compressing them too hard, these power brushes can't do work because they're all this, so they can't get in there as well. We like to keep them loose so they can go into the holders. If you have some really cooked on stuff, like if you're cleaning on your stove top and you've spilt over some milk or water, or real life, I do that all the time. So then I'm probably gonna flip this over and use this side first. So I'll spray the surface wet, even if it's really cooked on, and then just use this side and really, again, go in circular motions lightly to loosen that all up. And some of this will get picked up on this side already, but you might want to flip it over and pick up even more with this side. This side of the glove also works really, really well in the oven. So if the oven's obviously very cooked on, and it is hard to clean for a lot of people. So what we recommend when you're cleaning the oven is start with boiling some hot water and letting that sit in your oven for about 30 minutes to an hour. And the steam of that hot water will help loosen some of that dirt already. So that's a great way to get started, just to make your job a little bit easier. And then just go over it with this side and get all of the looser stuff off first. It will stick right to the glove with cold water. And then from there on, you might want to go in with your kitchen scrub. Your kitchen scrub is not just for your oven. Again, this can be used on top of your stove top too. If you're doing dishes, this little scrub is always sitting in my dish tub too, because if I've just burned my my side cake, my rice, whatever, then I'm gonna want to clean that off too. And that happens too at my house. I burn things. So this side is an abrasive side. You can probably hear it there. And it's gonna really work at loosening up the dirt, the cooked on stuff that's in there. And then you can flip it over and pick it up with this side again. So that's kind of all of these combined. So they all kind of go in combination, one with the other, and then this thing as well. So it's really awesome to get all in there. So that's the basic kitchen zone. Now, we have a couple other items that I also use in my kitchen a lot. The first one I'm going to show you is our fruit and veggie cloth. This is awesome, and everyone needs this. There's two sides to this. So this is, again, a bit of a more of a scrubby side and then more of a softer side. So we have different kinds of fruits and veggies. Carrots, you'll probably want to use this side because it's really going to scrub at it a little bit, whereas peaches have a very soft skin, so you don't want to scrub at it as much because you might actually almost scrub off the skin of it, I would say. So you would want to use the softer side for it. Apples, you'll use this side. So our fruits and veggies, even though they might look clean, they come with a lot of pesticides, waxes, anything else that they spray on there. At the grocery store, a lot of other people have probably already touched your apple. I know I do it sometimes where I grab an apple and then I look at the other side and, oh, I don't actually want that. So I put it back and then I grab another one and do it. So I don't even want to know how many people already touched my apple and decided it wasn't good enough for them. So this is where this guy really comes in. When I come home from the grocery store, I put all of the stuff that needs to be washed beside my sink. I fill up the bottom of my sink with a little bit of water, and I just go one by one and scrub all around it and get all of that stuff off. And it's so awesome. So that way, when you're ready to eat your apple, when you're ready to eat your pepper, it's just quick to grab. It's already clean. You don't have to do extra. Some other people might prefer to do it one at a time. Every time they cook something, they'll pick that up and do it then. I just don't like doing it that way because then I won't do it. So fruit and veggie cloth, really, really awesome. Also a great present to give to people if you're like, I know they're healthy, I know they like to eat a lot of fruits and veggies. This is awesome. And then we have our tea towel. This tea towel is super, super absorbent. It is quite a good size, as you can tell. I love it. It's so absorbent. It really picks up a lot of water to dry your dishes, to add a little bit of shine to your glasses if you want to. If things come out of your dishwasher a little bit wet, then this will really dry up that last little bit extra that it needs to make it nice and dry. So it's really awesome. It can also go in combination with our cutlery and glass ENJO fill. So this is this. You can probably tell a little bit the different texture that we have in here. This is ribbles. The more ribbles, the more absorbent. So this is a lot of ribbles, so it's super absorbent. This is really, really shiny. So when you are, let's say, drying a wine glass, your wine glass, I always like my wine glasses very, very shiny. When I go to restaurants, that's something that I look for too. I want my wine glasses shiny because I feel like It just adds a little bit of fanciness to my wine. So I will normally dry it with this first, and then I'll come in with my glass and cutlery ENJO fill and just give it that extra little bit of shine. I don't do this for all of my glasses because I can't be bothered. If I know I have fancy company coming over, then I might do it, but probably not. So I can show you the difference. I pulled out one of my wine glasses. This is super, super shiny. I hope this is going to show well. And this is a regular glass that I did not do. Oh yeah, you can tell a huge difference. At least I can. I hope you guys can too. So it's really cool to see the difference. My glasses come out of the dishwasher a bit spotty sometimes because we have a very, very, very old dishwasher. So it's nice to just be able to get that little bit extra off if I want to, and to really shine up my wine glasses because I'm fancy. So that's this. And then the other thing that I use all the time, and this is not just in the kitchen zone, this is in the bathroom zone, the floor zone, all of the zones, is my spray bottle. The spray bottle is really awesome. I know the glove is already wet probably, but I know if I just have a small little spot on the counter, then I just kind of want to spray it wet a little bit, pick that up quickly, and then go over with my ENJO fill to get the last little bit of water off. Now, some people are always like, oh, the ENJO fill, it seems a little bit excessive. Why do I need to dry everything? If you've listened to some of our demos before, bacteria need two things to live off of. The first thing is food. We've taken away their food source by cleaning with ENJO and taking all of the dirt out of the pores. And then we need to take away the water because the water is the other thing that bacteria thrive on. So by taking away that last little bit of water, you will really clean that surface, and new bacteria that land on it don't have the same chance to grow in that spot. So it's really important that you do have an ENJO fill in your kitchen. It also adds a lot of shine on your stainless steel appliances if you have those, just on your regular countertops, especially if you have dark countertops, you can really see the difference. I have light countertops, and if the sun shines on it, I can still see a crazy difference if I didn't do a good drying job or if I didn't bother that day, because sometimes I do have those days. Now we have a couple of helpers in the kitchen zone that I like to use. So our helpers are anything that are not fibers, basically. The main one, especially for really cooked on stuff, and this is especially what I would use in the oven. So after first letting that water sit in there to boil and steam it up, I then have my marble paste. It comes in a nice tub, and I will open it and show you what it looks like, if I can. The sun's kind of reflective. So this is the marble paste, and it's made of a marble and a chalk, and you can tell it's kind of rub off on my finger and look, give off this whitey show. When you mix it with water, it turns into a bit of a paste, and it will really, really work at all of the cooked on stuff that you have. So you can spray a little bit in here, or I will have a wet scrubby already, and then just kind of go around in there, get some on here, and then really spread it around on the inside the oven. If you have stainless steel, you can use this to get all of the product out of the pores. It cleans it up really well. So that's really, really awesome, an extra helper that you can have. Same within my kitchen sink. My kitchen sink over time gets dirty, so probably once a month or so, I'll just pull up my marble paste just to give it that extra bit of shine and extra bit of help in there. Then we also have our washing up liquid. Now, if you have the kitchen zone, then I strongly believe this is a must-have. The washing up, so when I'm doing my dishes, I've just picked up a lot of dirt with my all-purpose cloth, which is this little thing right here. This gets dirty decently quick. So when I do my dishes, if I have a pan that I just put bacon in, or some other really greasy stuff, I will normally run hot water into the pan first, let all of the thick stuff run away down into my drain, and then there's just a small little layer left for my all-purpose cloth to fill up. So you turn off the hot water, you go back to cold water, let everything get cool again, and then use these fibers to pick up that last little bit of dirt in there and really get it. By the time you've done all of your dishes, this is probably going to be a little bit dirty. So to avoid throwing this into the laundry machine every single day, I have my washing up liquid. I literally just put a little drop of this. You don't need a lot. This is super concentrated. A little drop of this, run my fingers all the way through it, have some hot water in the bottom of my sink, and like kind of squeeze it out like this, kind of like you're doing a hand wash, which you are. and get all of that last little bit of dirt out. Run your fingers through it a little bit more, and then finish with a hot water rinse through here. I normally hold it on the tag because it's too hot on my finger. Let the water run through all of this, and all of the dirt will leave your fibers. And then I just hang mine upside down to dry. That way all of the water can drip out rather than drying it this way where the water will dry in it. So I do always recommend to hang it upside down if you have a chance, or just by the tag if you have one of those little hooks in your kitchen. I don't, so I just do it upside down. Washing up liquids, yes. The same thing with your kitchen duo glove. If you're in the middle of cleaning your entire kitchen, like you're doing your fridge, you're doing your toaster oven, you're doing your microwave, you're doing your regular oven, this is gonna get really dirty. So you might want to get some extra cleaning time in between there. So if you're halfway down your oven and you're like, oh, this looks kind of dirty, you can take it over to your sink, run hot water through it first just to get all of the thick stuff off. If it looks okay, you can go back with cold water and just continue cleaning your oven. If you think it wants an extra clean, again, a little bit of washing up liquid, just to pour it on there, run your fingers through it, hot water through it, and you're good to go again. That's kind of the washing up liquid, I think, explained. I do really recommend this. I probably wash my all-purpose cloth about once a week, probably. And if I don't use the washing up liquid, I would have to wash it every single day. So this is a great one to have. But you do get 2 in your kit. So if you're already doing laundry every day, then you could go back and forth, but this is really, really good. As far as your regular, you're throwing it in the actual laundry, it can all go in your regular laundry. We do recommend to wash it with a natural soap. So we have our laundry liquid, which is this tiny little bottle here. And this tiny little bottle alone will get you about 60 washes. You only need about a teaspoon per load. So this tiny little bottle is gonna go a long way. Probably mine went about 6 months, which is about 3 washes a week. So that's quite a long time for such a little tiny bottle. Yeah, you can throw them in the washing machine with this. Just make sure you're putting your fibers into a laundry bag. If we're throwing them in with other stuff, they might collect a lot of lint from other clothing. So we do recommend to throw in something else, throw it into a laundry bag just to avoid from that happening. Then what else do I have? I have 2 other little things that I like to use, and these are not specifically ENJO products, but one is a little scraper for anything in the oven that is super, super baked on. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this off. My scraper is literally this is sharp. This could maybe cut my finger, I don't know, but really just to scrape off that last little bit of stuff that I maybe can't get off. And the other thing is a toothbrush. This is an old toothbrush just to get into the small little nooks and corners. This works really great in my marble paste, just to get in there, get some marble paste on here, and then get into the small corners or the small ridges and clean it up nicely. So that's my toothbrush. I don't brush my teeth with this. And then one more things I should say. Another thing that I use right now, even way more than I ever have before, and we all should be, is our laundry liquid. So it comes, we have an awesome pump and our dandelion blossom hand soap. Again, a tiny bottle is going to go you a long way. You can fill up this bottle probably about 5 times, I think it is. You don't need a lot. It is super concentrated, and it gives you a great hand wash. I think I have my kitten behind me playing with my fibers somewhere. So the dandelion blossom is so awesome. It is super soft on your hands. If you have sensitive skin and all of the hand washing that's going on right now, you will want to bring this into your kitchen. I always wash my hands after doing my dishes, when I leave the house, when I come back into the house, a lot of times. So our foam bottle is super awesome too. This part right here, this won't work on my hands, a little suction cup, so it sits in your counter, doesn't slide all over the place. And then it foams really softly. I know that it sounds weird to say that a foam bottle can be really, really nice, but this foam bottle is really nice. It is just that extra, you can really tell that it's a higher quality from anything that you would buy at the grocery store. Now, when I first started, I just started with some reusable ones that I already had. So I literally had another brand around and it was empty, so I just filled it up with the dandelion hand soap. And that was kind of that. So One more. This is the, I'm gonna bring in some other zones. So that was specifically the kitchen zone and specifically things you'll find within the kitchen brand, so to say. But there's always other things that I kind of bring in too. So of course, the first thing, my floor. I still have a floor in my kitchen, so that's one that I clean with our floor system. I have wooden cabinets in my kitchen, and I'm in my kitchen right now, and you can tell all the wood trim and stuff that's in here. So that collects a lot of dust, so I'll dust it off first with our living zone fibers, and then my wooden cabinets too, I will wipe them off with these living zone fibers because the kitchen fibers are meant to pick up oil, and wood likely has an oil finish on it. So using your kitchen fibers on your wooden cabinets over time is really going to wear on your kitchen cabinet. So we don't want to do that. So that's where living fibers come in, and that's where I use mine in the kitchen. And then the very last thing, if you have children or if you're a messy eater yourself, is our kids cloth. This is for your skin. So if you have dirty fingers, if you have a dirty mouth, just getting this wet, cleaning off your face quickly, and it will pick it all up and get it rid and gone. If you have little kids, I'm not going to throw my mom under the bus here, but when I was young, the dishcloth was always used to clean the counter, and then to clean my face, and then to clean my hands, and that has a lot of germs in it from all over. Oh, my kitten just fell, I think. I'm just going to pick her up. Come on. She's really cute. Just little. Anyway, so there was a lot of cross-contamination between the kitchen fibers and all the dirt on the counters and stuff like that in our skin, and I don't like the idea of that. So the kids cloth is really awesome. You can just have one in the kitchen, just to clean little hands, clean those little faces, and it will be so gentle on their faces just to get that all cleaned off quickly. And I think that's it. I think that's all I use in my kitchen. So what do we think? How we doing?
That was really great, Leonie. Actually, you'd asked me, the one thing we didn't talk about that you'd asked me to bring kind of with me is my kitchen wand. Now, this is the older kitchen wand. It's the old fiber, which is fine. That's what I still have. But our kitchen wand is incredible. I cleaned the barbecue today, and I had this out. Your barbecue's cold, but you can really clean the barbecue well with it. But if you've got really fancy nails, or if you hate being a lot of water, then the kitchen wand is really awesome to get in to do dishes. Just with cold water. Anything else to add there, Leonie?
I have two things to add. I was just checking through my quick little notes here.
Yeah.
I know when I first started, I used to hang my kitchen towel and my ENJO on my oven. Now, none of our fibers are meant to be near hot surfaces. Over time, they will actually melt. So if you've just cooked and your stovetop is still hot, you can't clean it yet with these things because they will melt over time. If it's just one time, it might not really show anything, but over time, it will definitely work at ruining them, so to say. And even these ones, they used to hang on my oven. So when I used to turn my oven on, they would be hanging right there and obviously getting warm. And it was probably a couple months in that I was like, oh, I don't think I should be doing this because they're not supposed to get warm. So I got a separate little hook and found somewhere else to hang them. That was a big tip for me. Now, the other thing is your kitchen fibers need a tune up every so often. Probably about once a month, you should be giving them an extra wash, an extra hand wash. And we already do this with the hand, but I would still recommend to do a very good one. So that's again where a washing of liquid comes in. I will put hot water in my sink, throw all of these in there. They all go in there with hot water with my washing up liquid. I'll let it sit for probably maybe 30 minutes to an hour and just kind of run my hand through it sometimes. If the water's really hot, I run the back of some kind of brush through there just to kind of swirl it up a little bit, just to clean it up extra. And then it goes right into the laundry machine and I just do ENJO fibers in that wash. That extra tune-up is needed because these fibers work really hard to pick up a lot of dirt in your kitchen. So I do really recommend the tune-ups on there. And I think that was it for me. Was there questions?
That's great. Yeah, the only time I ever, and while people are thinking about questions, the only time you can really ever hurt your ENJO is if you burn it. So, I mean, just don't put it on really hot surfaces like Leonie said. Yeah, so basically when you're in your kitchen, really cold water. So I cleaned the refrigerator the other day. I took everything apart on the bottom of the refrigerator. Have you people gone under your refrigerator lately? Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And having that dual glove that Leonie's got there, mine's back here, but having that dual glove on my hand was really awesome because otherwise I would have had to shove a cloth in there, but I could just stick my hand under and go underneath the fridge really, really easily. And normally underneath your fridge is about this far in is where all the good stuff is, right? Like all the slop that's come down and all the yuck that's been in there. So it was pretty crazy. Like you can feel it tugging and pulling, and then all of a sudden it would get a little bit smoother as we went. So it was a great, great thing. I honestly don't know how people are cleaning their kitchen if they don't have ENJO, because I know all of us are on cook, clean, repeat, cook, clean, repeat. And to have things so fast, the right tools in the kitchen to not only cook with, but literally to clean up with, has made life so much easier right now during all this when we're cleaning all the time.
Yeah.
Any questions there? No, we had a question about laundry a little bit. I answered it in the comments. So yeah, so a hot soapy load with the laundry liquid, and you can dose your own laundry liquid depending on the size of your machine and what your water's like. It's made in Austria at a neutral carbon footprint, but we sell it around the world. So they've put it in a liquid for that reason. Lorraine's got a question. Do you want me to unmute you, Lorraine? Can you unmute yourself? Give me a second.
I was just wondering if your kitchen ENJO set is really, really dirty, is it okay to put all of your ENJO together even though the kitchen stuff might be really greasy or might have a lot of foodstuffs in it? Or is it still okay to do the launder all together, like all of your stuff together?
So I would start with a quick hand wash first. If it's really, really dirty, definitely run some hot water through it first, get most of the thick stuff off, and then do a quick washing up liquid wash. So with your hands, running your fingers through the fibers with the soapy hot water, and then letting that all rinse out, and then throwing it in with the rest of your stuff. Yeah, and then it can all just go together. Yeah.
That's a great question. So Cheryl's asking, if you don't have ENJO soap, what else could you use?
Ideally, any natural-based soap is really what we recommend. The fibers are designed in a way to let go of the dirt and grease when hot soapy water is added to it. So you do need some kind of soap, and our natural soap will keep your fibers as healthy as possible and make them last as long as possible.
I'm just going to add to that, Leonie, actually, stay away from your oil-based soaps. Like Castile soap, I think, has 8 different oils in it. And ENJO is meant to hang on to grease. So you want something that's fairly clear, like Leonie said, that's going to release it without all those oils in there. So I would recommend just kind of staying away from that one, if you could. Yeah.
That's good.
Glycerin. I don't know, Cheryl. I've never really looked at glycerin soap. Has anybody looked at glycerin soap?
So what I know for hair, like my actual hair, glycerin can create a buildup on it. It can create a buildup on hair, and these tiny little fibers are smaller than hair. So I don't know whether it would be the same. That would be something we'd have to look into, but I know for our actual human hair, glycerin's not the most ideal. So yeah.
Good. So what about just hot water?
So it's a good place to start. Like especially in your kitchen, if you're just looking to do a very quick rinse out, just some hot water will do it, but it won't get rid of all of the oils and dirt in there, just because the fibers are designed to let go of the deeper oily and dirt stuff with hot soapy water.
And it really is kind of, you have to kind of think about it like your hair. You know, when your hair is cold, all the grease kind of goes into it. And when we dive into Lake Huron, which is very close to all of us, and you come out and you dry your hair's still greasy and dirty. It's not until you actually wash your hair with hot soapy water that everything gets exfoliated. So if you can kind of think about it that way, it's a good kind of maybe thought process to go through.
Yeah, that's really good.
Good. Any other questions? No? Anybody have a favorite kitchen story like I did? No? No? Good. Okay. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming, and thank you very much, Leonie. You are a wealth of knowledge. And oh, there's one more. Okay, so for kitchen table, green or blue?
So it depends on your type of kitchen table. It also depends how dirty your kitchen table is. I would say if you have kids sitting at your kitchen table, you probably have a lot of leftover food. So you'll probably want to use the all-purpose cloth, or if it's really, really dirty and a lot of greasy spots, maybe even your dark green glove. If you have just like a more of a, I don't want to say plastic kitchen table, but a different kind of finish other than wood on your kitchen table, you can definitely use these. If you have a very wood, yeah, it's Cheryl wood here, yeah. I would start with the all-purpose cloth, and then if it's not too dirty, you can go in with the blue glove, medium or soft fibers, which are in the living zone. I don't know if you need me to pull them out. I'm guessing you're asking because you have them, so you probably know the difference.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cheryl?
Good. Good. All right. Well, I want to encourage everybody, if they have any questions, just to please grab onto your ENJOpreneur. Oh, Cheryl, still in the box. Okay, I'm zooming with you later.
Get it out of the box.
It's Christmas. So if anybody has any other questions, please reach out to your ENJOpreneur. They've all been trained so well. They're the cleaning professional in your area. And if they don't know the answer, they'll find it because we've got a wealth of knowledge. So thank you everybody for coming. And that's it. Have a super night.
Bye guys.
Bye everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.